Yo, one people, Plola Master here with another episode of The Catch Up. And today, I have the talented Brown Sugar. And it's manifestation season. We're all about the dollar bill.
Come on, dollar signs, my guy.
Well, go on.
Thank you. What's
good?
up? I'm good.
Yeah, so new music out, dollar sign.
Yes.
Yeah. And before we talk about dollar sign, right now you're all about manifestation. Money, dough.
Yeah.
Does manifestation really work?
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. Manifestation, even without the money, it works. When you speak things into existence and you believe they're going to happen, most times they do.
All right.
So, with dollar signs, I was like, I must manifest all the things I want in this life. I was very broke when I wrote it. And I said, you know what? A girl can dream.
Yeah.
And as I said, the tongue is very powerful. So it's like, if I can control my fate and at least try to make my life go a certain way, I'm going to try. So yeah, manifesting works.
And speaking of manifestation, was it last week or early this week on your IG page you shared some snippet of an ad, or you call it not an ad or something like that. With Coke. And that just shows you someone who just goes for whatever they want and whatever they believe in.
For sure.
Yeah, and really love that. So I just want to know, like, this dollar sign thing. What was the mood like for you, when working on it in the studio and all that?
So it was produced by a talented duo called Pesos and Gancho. They also have some tracks on upcoming EP. Really talented, and they sent the song. They sent me the song, and the beat was called Dollar Sign. So I was like, okay,
let's go with that.
So let's go with that. So usually I just write. I have my own home studio, so I write, record myself, and when I went to finish it off with Ivan Odi, Caliban Creatives, he's the one who mixed and mastered it. The vibe was just right. I said, this is it, and I was excited about it, man.
Is it in your upcoming EP?
Yes, for sure it is.
Okay, you have a name already?
Yeah, but I won't say it yet.
Okay.
But it's coming very soon, sooner rather than later.
So what should fans expect different from your upcoming project to the previous ones? Like, was it Pizza?
Pisces season?
Man,
yeah, close. Pisces is close.
Yeah, man.
So the Pisces season, it was a 3-track EP, and I had just turned 18. I had just turned 18, and it was a very playful, like, me just having fun, me showing people I can rap and I can sing and I can do Afrobeat and I can do hip hop and I can do R&B. But with this upcoming EP, it was inspired. Like, I wrote a lot of it during COVID, lockdown, and so it was all my experiences, love, heartbreak, just everything, and just so it's more so personal. It's about personal experiences. And I just all storytelling, and I'm excited to share that with people to get to know me better.
Yeah, and you just mentioned some of the themes that you tackle in your music, love and all that. And there's a very particular one that means a lot to me, and that's mental health. You're someone who speaks a lot about these, and I just want you to speak to your fans right now about mental health, like to that someone who really feels, especially the creatives, because there's that time you have this creative block and you just feel like nothing is working for you.
For sure.
Like, what do you have for such days?
Well, like in this EP that I'm talking about, I do have a song where I talk about there's an experience I had in 2020 with the internet, and it was so crazy because I was cancelled, I lost friends, I was depressed, and then being alone, of course, COVID lockdown, it was even worse. So honestly, I don't even have a formula to deal with it. I still deal with depression and anxiety and social anxiety. And I'd ask anyone that is going through that to, of course, share it with people that you trust, because more often than not, we're all going through the same thing in one way or another, in one form or another. And if you have try find a healthy way to cope with it. There's so many ways you can fall into drugs and alcoholism, trying to deal with these things, when there are also alternative ways to deal with it. I know it's not as Sin feels so good. Sin feels so good, but if you can try and find ways like making music or working out or painting or whatever it is that makes you happy, just go for it. At least try. It's better to have tried than not.
Does cancel culture really work in Kenya?
Well, to some extent, okay. To some extent, yes. To some extent, no. Like in terms of the public, cancel culture, it's not real. Like people are still integrated in the society even after they're cancelled. But I feel like cancel culture is definitely felt more within your social circles, like with people that you used to interact with now. You know, yeah. I don't think people see you the same way your friends. You probably lose friends or yeah.
Okay, and I want us to talk about your relationship with Fena. And you guys, you're so close. I believe so. What is that one thing you've learned, from Fena, given that, she's kind of a legend in the industry? She's done a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So funny you say that because I was just with her yesterday, and one thing that we talked about, and I learned, and I'm grateful that we talked about, was like, sometimes there's a lot of entitlement in this industry. People feel like you owe them, I don't know what, but they feel like you owe them a song. Like even with artist to artist, there are artists that feel like we need to do a song together, and if you're like, I'm a bit busy right now, I'm working myself, then they take it some wrong way, and then they tell you, oh, you're being so mean, you're being so this. So
and that reminds me of the Nicki Minaj. When the way the female rappers feel so entitled to get a verse from her.
Exactly. I saw that recently. Some rapper was like, oh, she didn't give me a feature. But like, people are so entitled, and I don't owe you. Can I?
Just do.
The people don't owe you shit. You know what I mean? Like, people don't owe you nothing. And so it's how you handle it you have to handle it with grace. You have to be able to still be kind and still assert that boundary, but be firm in your boundary. But it's like, it's so easy to be cancelled if you assert your boundary and someone comes to you and they're like, hi Val, I want to take a photo, can I take a photo? And you say, I'm not feeling well today. It's so easy for that person to go on Twitter and say, Vallerie Muthoni, she's such a bee, she thinks she's all that. So it's I learned from Fena she reminded me that you really have to handle that with grace and respect, self-respect, and just kindness.
Okay, and do you feel like currently the Kenyan entertainment space, do you think it's more favorable to the ladies right now? Or you guys still feel suppressed?
Not really. Not really. But I will say, I think it's definitely not favorable to the ladies. Like when you go look at the top charts on any Kenyan top chart, any platform, it's always gonna be men leading. And so, not to say that women aren't working hard or whatever, but it's just that sometimes there are a bit more obstacles in this industry that that men probably have never had to go through. Insecurity with people, you've heard of so many cases of like sexual assault or sexual harassment. And so, but one thing I will say, women in this Kenyan industry especially are one of the most creative women, hard-working women I know. Like all the female artists I know, so it's just for y'all to catch up, honestly. Like these girls are working hard, putting in all the work. So just support your favorite.
And that's why we say vitu kwa ground different.
Vitu kwa ground is different, man. They smile in your face, and then the next day they just start acting different.
Yeah. So let's talk about your shows. Your performances. The first time I saw you perform was at Narciss's barbecue. I was there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and you killed it. Yeah.
Ooh, that was a moment.
Yeah. So where do you get this energy? To make your presence felt on the stage and all that? Because Pia going through your EPK, you performed in a lot of shows. You've shared stage with some of the biggest acts in Africa and all that.
Yeah, I think that one is definitely something I was born with. I've always known I'm like a natural performer, and I take pride in being a performer and being like relating to my audience and feeding off the energy and me giving them mine. And I think it's just one of the best parts of being an artist. There's so many parts of being an artist that are stressful, not even worth it. Sometimes you're like, do I really want to do this? But when I'm on that stage, a different side of me just comes out, and I love that side of me. So free.
Okay, the different sides of you, Vallerie the rapper
Yeah.
and Vallerie the singer. Which one do you prefer the most?
So Brown Sugar the rapper and Vallerie Muthoni the singer. Well, I'll say it like this. Rapping for me is so easy. It's so much easier than singing. Singing was my first love, and it's what I actually thought. I didn't know I'd be a rapper. I did not become a rapper. I always thought I'd be a singer. But singing takes a lot of work. You can't just wake up and decide I'm gonna hit this note and it's gonna be perfect. You have to work on it. You have to train your voice. You have to take care of your voice. So singing is harder, but it's my first love, which I love more. But rapping is easy and more fun, and I get to talk my shit. So I love both of them equally.
Okay. Nice. So when not in the studio, when doing music, how is a day in the life of Vallerie Muthoni like? A typical day in your life?
Well, I'm a student. I'm a university student at USIU. I study journalism. So some days I go to school. Some days it's online. Work out, eat, work on music stuff. I'm an independent artist, so with that you have to, if you're like, music is also kind of a full-time job.
Yeah,
all these interviews, all these meetings, you have to plan for them, write proposals for stuff. It's not easy. So yeah, I love watching series and shows and movies, and sometimes I make music.
Great.
Yeah.
As we wind up, what would you consider, your highlight moment or your biggest moment since you made your debut in the music industry?
One of them was definitely opening for Burna Boy, and then watching him perform on the same stage after. That was insane. I also met one of my favorite artists, two of my favorite artists, Masego and Goldlink. And I think, and also just like having productions under my company, Brown Sugar Productions. I've done events. I've done an online event when COVID was COVIDing that first year, and releasing productions under that company. It's not easy doing all these things. So every time I do produce something and it's out there and it's received, I'm so proud of myself for that.
Would you consider signing an artist under Brown Sugar, when you're fully stable?
Absolutely. When I do get there, and I have the money, of course, I have to reinvest in the next generation. It's important.
Cool. There you have it, guys. Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar over here. And $sign streaming now on Boomplay.
Yes.
We're currently at 56K.
Yeah.
Kindly let's go to 100K, 200K, 500, and all that.
Yes.
And like he said, our EP coming out soon. Keep it Boomplay. And this has been the catch up with me, the Plola Master. Bless up.
How to spend it, how to get it on my mind. I can't help it, I'm a hustler by design.